Alan Petty, could I have parties announced?
That he will comply with the conditions. He just doesn't want to be doesn't want to go to prison. I don't think he'd survive in prison.
Could potentially be sent to prison for 20 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know that people come before wheelchairs, they're in walker, but broken legs or whatever, the prison has a place for you, if that's where you want to be. You understand? All right. Are you Mr. Petty?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We are here for sentencing. You entered a plea of no contest on January 27, 2000 to the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison, and the state is opposing your application for deferred adjudication.
Your Honor, based on the allegations, as well as speaking with the complaining witness, she did voice her opinion that the defendant should not be granted probation. Based on his actions, she has been placed in fear. She's, to bluntly put it in her language, terrified of this man, and believes he is deserving of prison time.
All right, defense.
Your Honor, you can see by the PSI, my client does not have a history of felonies. He did have an assault, family violence misdemeanor with this same victim. Your Honor, just based upon his pretty much no history, the recommendation on page 4 from the complaining witness, the victim, to the probation officer was that I don't have a problem with him getting probation. I just don't want him around. And I think that speaks volumes of what she said when she sought the probation. My client doesn't have an intent to be around her. And he, I believe, when you read the TAP evaluation, he has an issue with alcohol. And I think treatment is what's warranted for him. He does have medical problems. He is on Social Security, which has been stopped because of his incarceration. So we're asking the court to grant him deferred adjudication, to grant him treatment for his alcoholism, his issues with alcohol, and to allow him to rehabilitate himself. My client has told me he has no plans of being around her. So we're just asking the court to grant a deferred and today. Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
our complaining witness just showed up, and we would like to call her as a witness.
Okay.
They stated that we didn't have a witness, but she just arrived.
All right. What's your witness's name?
Amy Doyle.
All right. Miss Amy Doyle, come forward. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. I'm gonna need you to keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear.
Okay.
Can you state your name for the record? All right. Diane, are you able to hear? All right. All right, you may begin.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Doyle, you are the complaining witness in the case against Mr. Petty, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And did you submit a statement to on a pre-sentencing investigation report indicating that you're okay with probation?
No, sir.
What are your feelings on the defendant if he were to be granted probation?
I would not be happy with the decision because I believe that Mr. Petty is a threat when he's drinking. He hopefully would not be able to find me specifically, but he may have other victims because he has been drinking all of his life by his own accord. He has been drinking since he was 10, and he is a different person when he is drinking. He is violent and ambitious, and he tends to not be his normal self. He's a danger to others when he's been drinking.
Ms. Doyle, where are you currently living?
I'm in Haven for Hope.
And how has Mr. Petty's actions changed your life since this is
Of course, it's made me fearful of any relationship, but especially with men. I feel very scared at times. And I've been having some nightmares since yesterday. I don't think that Mr. Petty should be out on the streets. I know he's been in rehab facilities from time to time. And they have all failed him because he always goes back to drinking and continue to be violent when he's drinking.
And Ms. Doyle, are you seeking restitution in this case?
Yes, sir.
For what are you seeking restitution for?
I would like to relocate
And
to a safer place.
Ms. Doyle, why are you currently living at Haven for Hope?
I can no longer afford the rent because Mr. Petty was splitting the rent with me. And in Divine, it was $400 a month, and here it was $1,000 a month, including utilities. And that's beyond my means. I live on Social Security disability.
Thank you, Ms. Doyle. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, ma'am. You had asked the defendant to come move in with you, right, into your RV?
Yes,
Okay,
that's correct.
okay, and this was after he was arrested for an assault case and put on probation, is that right?
Yes, I had bailed him out,
Okay,
which was a big mistake.
okay, and then you invited him to come live with you to split the expenses.
No, I did not.
Okay,
He came because he had nowhere else to go, and he told me it would be different, and it never was different.
well, you met Mr. Doyle at the Haven for Hope, is that right?
Mr. Petty, yes.
Yeah, Mr. Petty, excuse me, and when he got out of jail, he moved back to the Haven of Hope, isn't that right?
I don't believe so.
And then you asked him to come live with you, isn't that right?
No,
And when you spoke to the probation officer, she wrote that I don't have a problem with him getting probation. And you're saying to this court that the probation officer got it wrong. And that this is a lie in this report.
I do not recall that. I told the advocate that I did not think it was best for Mr. Petty to get probation.
All right.
Do you even recall speaking to the probation officer?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And the $2,000, that's just to pay to have your items moved to Houston.
I never disclosed it was to Houston. But yes, I would like to relocate, and I had asked for 4,000, actually 2,000 to get my things out of storage and 2,000 to actually move them.
It's just in the report, the probation officer that you spoke with puts in that you were moving to Houston. And that's where I got that from, okay?
All right.
Okay, and so your plan is to never have anything to do with Mr. Petty, is that right?
Correct.
And when do you plan to move to Houston?
I'm not sure. I am at a disadvantage financially right now.
I think that's all I have. Thank you, ma'am. State.
I have no questions.
All right, I have a few. Are there any objections to the court asking the witnesses questions?
No objection.
No objection.
What was the length of time of your relationship with Mr. Petty? How many years?
About a year.
Did you meet him at Haven for Hope?
Yes, ma'am.
Why were you at Haven for Hope?
Because I had sold my house and the city was going to demolish it, and so I ended up getting a small amount and bought the motor home
Okay, why was the city going to demolish your home?
because it was in disarray. It was very cluttered, and I inherited the home. It was used for storage because my grandfather was in a nursing home.
Okay.
And the family used it for storage.
All right, do you know why Mr. Petty is receiving SSI?
He's not receiving SSI, he's receiving Social Security.
Okay, and is that just due to his age?
Yes.
Do you know? All right, and why are you receiving SSI?
because I have many medical conditions.
Right, what are your medical conditions?
I have a heart condition. I have seizures. I have a knee problem. I have bad liver, not from drinking, but from medication
Yeah.
over the many years.
No, I understand with the liver for
I have-
medications.
Yes, I have arthritis. I have degenerative disc disease in my back. I have diabetes.
Okay.
Shall I go on?
No. All right, thank you so much.
Certainly.
All right, so but before you leave though, there are no more questions, is that correct? From either side? No more
No.
questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I want to let you know that with regards to restitution or money that's owed, my hands are tied. I have to follow the law on restitution, right? And the restitution that you're requesting is not restitution that I am legally able to give you.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you, Your Honor.
All right, any other witnesses from either side?
Nothing further from the state.
All right, Mr. Petty, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up. State your name for the record.
Robert Allen Petty.
All right, defense.
Your relationship was about a year long, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and you two met at the Haven for Hope.
Yes, ma'am.
If and when released, do you have any plans of contacting Ms. Doyle?
No, ma'am.
Are you asking the court to grant you community supervision?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you willing to participate, whether it's inpatient or outpatient, for treatment?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe you do have an alcohol problem?
Yes, I have one.
Okay. And what are your plans if you're released from jail? And you're not sent to a treatment program, what are your plans? You plan to stay in San Antonio or move?
No, ma'am. I'm moving back to Dallas and live with my sister.
Okay, so you do have a place to live in Uvalde.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'll pass the witness. Thank you.
State.
Mr. Doyle, besides the keys that you have, is there any other property that you have in your possession that belongs to Mr.
To my knowledge, no, sir.
And when was the last time you had a drink, Mr. Doyle? Or, Mr. Petty, I'm sorry.
October the 1st.
Do you currently have a drinking problem?
No. I hadn't even thought about it since I've been incarcerated.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Nothing further.
Any objections to the court asking questions?
No objections.
Why are you receiving SSI?
Me,
Yes.
I'm not. I'm
You have
receiving
Social
Social Security.
Okay, and is that just due to your age?
Yes,
All right. Did you ever call Ms. Dahl from the Bear County Jail?
once,
When was this?
when I first got in,
All right, when you first got in for this charge?
yes,
All right. Have you called her since then?
no, ma'am.
When you called her, what did you say to her?
I decided she was gonna get me out.
And what was her response?
No,
All right. And have you spoken to your sister about living with her?
yes, ma'am.
When did you first start drinking?
When I was about 21, 22.
All right. How often are you drinking alcohol when you're not at the jail?
Every day.
All right. So when people say they don't need help with drugs or they haven't been using drugs when they're at the jail, it's sometimes because you're at the jail. Now, I do know, and I've learned from previous clients that I had, that there's a way to make alcohol at the jail, but I will not put that out there. I think defense attorneys know that there's a way to make alcohol at the jail. So I appreciate you for not doing that. All right, Mr. Petty, here's the deal. I'm going to give you a choice. Sometimes I can give people choices, sometimes I can't. I'll give you 3 years in prison, or either I will place you on deferred adjudication, but you're going to safety. And you can see if felony drug court has an opening, it'd be safe P or felony drug court. The choice is yours, but either way, you're not leaving the jail today.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to your attorney?
Yes,
All right.
Your Honor, I don't know if you would be able to participate. Well, you would have to stay here.
I mean, it's safe P special needs.
No, the felony drug court.
Oh, yeah, he'll have to stay
Require
here.
him to reside here.
Yes.
that's okay. I will do that.
Okay.
All right. So if you all want to discuss. All right, Mr. Petty, what's your decision?
Yes.
Just asking what your decision.
Oh.
Just asking you, what's your decision? It's not me.
Whatever the lawyer says.
No,
Yeah.
it's what do you say? Do you want to go to prison or
Yes,
do you want to go to inpatient treatment?
I guess present.
No, you said you want to go to Safe P.
Yes.
I think the confusion is that
Well, let
I
me,
had discussed SATIP and then I discussed your Safe P and told him it was incarcerated.
all right,
So I think that's where the confusion is when you ask prison, that's Safe P.
all right, let me ask it this way. Do you want to go to prison or do you want treatment for your alcohol issue?
I want treatment for the alcohol.
All right, thank you. I think that clears everything up.
Sorry, you're home.
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
No problem. All right, so this is what the court will do. The court will sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine probated. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Defendant is to be sent to Safe P. And defendant is to remain in custody until transfer. So there's to be no contact with Ms. Doyle, the complainant. There's to be, upon release, field visits 2 times per month. There's to be regular UAs. Make sure the UAs are a test for alcohol. And I want them regular and random. There's to be 150 hours community service restitution. I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days upon release. And I know they will have given him treatment at Safe P or felony drug court, but that's what I want. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
Want proof of SSI?
Yes, proof of SSI or you to have employment within 60 days. And I'm saying 60 days because I realize it may take a time for him to get back with his SSI. And there's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors and no employment in any establishment whose main source of income is alcohol. You understand? So that means ice houses, that type of thing.
Yeah.
All right, and I want you to be clear with me. You are not to have any contact with Ms. Doyle at all.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
means do not call her from the jail. If she contacts you, you probably need to call the police or hang up. But the court, when I mean no contact, I mean no contact.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you do not follow through on the court's conditions of probation, you could potentially be sent to prison for 20 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know that people come before me, we can go off the record, people come before me, they're in wheelchairs, they're in walker, but broken legs or whatever, the prison has a place for you, if that's where you want to be. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Alan Petty, could I have parties announced?
Ashley Jones for the state.
One letter attorney for Mr. Petty.
And are you Robert Allen Petty?
Yes.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Robert Allen Petty who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 11723 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on March 21st, 2023 for a period of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
States in the court on violation of condition of 15F on or about the 15th day of October 2024 and verifying reference the defendant Robert Allen Petty, who then failed to comply with rules, regulations, or instructions of their county community supervision and corrections department. Substance abuse felony facility continuum of care treatment plan, and that the defendant failed to participate in the aftercare, care violation of the condition of probation.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
It's true.
State will waive the violations.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation 15F, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes,
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation 15F?
yes,
Court will find 15F true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes. The first agreement is to follow probation, verification, to all recommendations for ISM, cognitive and weekly reporting.
All right, so is that the agreement, defense?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, here's my question for you, sir. Do you want to be on probation or do you want to just go to prison?
I would like to be on probation.
All right, so here's the thing. If you would like to be on probation, you have to show that you would like to be on probation. That means by completing everything. Do you understand?
Yes,
All right, so because you didn't complete aftercare, and aftercare is not necessarily locked down, right?
yes,
Now you're going to be locked down at ISF, so that's where you'll be. You understand?
yes,
So is there a reason why you couldn't complete everything?
no,
You just decided you didn't want to do it?
yes,
All right, so,
Basically, Judge, he was living in Uvalde. His probation got transferred to Uvalde. Has nobody living, I guess at that time, he had somebody in Uvalde, but no longer anybody there. So he just came back to San Antonio in November. And he's told me, he says, my fault, I didn't report. Should report, I should have done everything I should have done. He says, I understand it's my fault. But he, in his condition, physical condition, he really, it would probably benefit from being an ISF, get his life structured, everything. He has talked to the folks there at Haven for Hope. So once he is released from ISF, completes their programs and everything, he will be having the assistance of their living program and actually participate in the programs to help him to continue with his probation and actually continue with his life. He's 70 years old, Judge, so he's not, he's basic, my understanding is maybe the only thing he's had in all these years, maybe some misdemeanors back in the 70s. But he will comply with the conditions. He just doesn't want to be on, doesn't want to go to prison. I don't think he'd survive in prison, tell you the truth, Judge.
all right, so here's the thing, what you're gonna have to remember. I understand about age and
Mhm.
issues, but you're on probation for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. You have to follow through on conditions. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
And if for some reason you wake up and you find, the people you thought you were going to stay with, there's an issue with that, all you have to do is pick up the phone and call probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court is going to deny the motion and alter and amend conditions to include ISF cognitive. He's going to remain in custody until transfer and weekly reporting for 60 days. All right,
Thank you, Judge.
thank you.
Thank you. May I be excused, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, if you come forward, yes.